The air hung heavy with the scent of rain-soaked asphalt and cheap cologne, a gritty cocktail that clung to the back of your throat. The bar was dim, its amber lights casting long shadows across the worn wooden tables, where half-empty glasses sat like forgotten promises. He leaned against the counter, his fingers tracing the edge of a whiskey glass, the ice long melted into a cloudy pool. His eyes, sharp and unyielding, scanned the room, not with desperation, but with a quiet, predatory patience. She was there across the crowded space, her laughter cutting through the low hum of conversation like a blade. She didn't see him. She never did. Her world spun in a different orbit, one where he was just a speck of dust, unnoticed, irrelevant. But tonight something was different. The way he carried himself, the subtle curve of his smirk, the way his presence seemed to pull the room toward him without effort. It was as if he knew something she didn't. A secret, a plan, a power that made her indifference irrelevant. The bartender, a grizzled man with a face like weathered leather, slid another drink his way and muttered, "You're playing a dangerous game, kid." He didn't respond, just tilted his head slightly, his eyes never leaving her. What was it about him tonight? Why did the air feel charged, like the moment before a storm breaks? What had he learned that made him so unshakably certain, so untouchable? And why, for the first time, did she glance over her shoulder, her eyes lingering on him for just a fraction too long? This isn't a story about love or longing. It's not about chasing someone who doesn't want you or begging for a scrap of attention. It's about something deeper, colder, more calculated, a game of power, of perception, of rewriting the rules of human connection. It's about making someone feel the weight of your absence, the sting of their own misjudgment, without ever raising your voice or breaking a sweat. This is about wielding influence like a weapon, drawing from the sharp, timeless wisdom of a man who understood the human soul better than anyone, Niccolo Machiavelli. He wasn't a romantic, far from it. He was a strategist, a master of manipulation, a cartographer of the human heart's darkest corners. His teachings, born in the cutthroat courts of Renaissance Italy, aren't just for princes and politicians. They're for anyone who wants to command respect, shift dynamics, and leave an indelible mark, even on someone who never gave you a second glance. You're here because you felt it, that quiet burn of being overlooked, dismissed, or underestimated. Maybe she's someone specific, a woman whose name alone tightens your chest, whose indifference feels like a personal slight. Or maybe she's an idea, a symbol of every time you've been invisible, passed over, or deemed not enough. Either way, this isn't about her. It's about you, your power, your presence, your ability to reshape the narrative. Machiavelli didn't believe in luck or fate. He believed in strategy, in understanding the levers of human behavior and pulling them with precision. By the time we're done, you'll know how to make her regret underestimating you, not out of spite, but because you've become a force she can't ignore. You'll learn how to command attention, not demand it, how to plant seeds of doubt in her mind without saying a word, how to become the man she can't stop thinking about, even if she never admitted she cared. Let's step into the shadows of Machiavelli's mind and uncover the principles that will make you unforgettable. Machiavelli's world was one of betrayal, ambition, and fragile alliances. He saw human nature for what it was, not good or evil, but driven by self-interest, fear, and desire. To make her regret overlooking you, you must first adopt this lens. See the world as a chessboard, not a fairy tale. Forget the Hollywood tropes of grand gestures or heartfelt confessions. Those are for the weak, the ones who plead and lose. Machiavelli teaches us that power lies in perception, not emotion. If she doesn't see you now, it's not because you're unworthy. It's because you haven't yet shaped her reality to make you undeniable. Start with the principle of scarcity. People don't value what's abundant. They crave what's rare, elusive, unattainable. If you've been too available, too eager, too transparent, you've already lost ground. Your attention, your time, your energy, these are currencies, and you've been spending them recklessly. Machiavelli wrote in The Prince that a leader must be a fox to recognize traps and a lion to frighten wolves. Be the fox, cunning, subtle, always one step ahead. Be the lion, bold, unapologetic, radiating strength. The first step is to withdraw. Not dramatically, not with a huff or a cold shoulder. That's childish. Disappear quietly like a shadow slipping out of sight. Stop texting first. Stop liking her posts. Stop showing up where you know she'll be. Let her feel the absence of your presence, subtle at first, like a melody she didn't realize she was humming until it stopped. This withdrawal isn't about punishment. It's about recalibrating her perception. When you're always there, you become part of the furniture, safe, predictable, forgettable. But when you vanish, you create a void. The human mind abhors a vacuum. She'll start to wonder why you're gone, what you're doing, who you're with. Doubt is a powerful seed. Plant it carefully. If you cross paths, don't ignore her, that's too obvious. Instead, be cordial but distant, your smile a touch too brief, your words polite but clipped. Let her sense the shift without understanding it. Machiavelli knew that people are drawn to mystery, to what they can't fully grasp. You're not a book to be read cover to cover, you're a puzzle with missing pieces, and she'll start to obsess over finding them. Machiavelli didn't just strategize, he choreographed. He understood that power isn't just what you have, it's what others think you have. To make her regret dismissing you, you need to become a figure of intrigue, someone who commands attention without begging for it. This starts with your social presence. You don't need to be the loudest in the room or the most flamboyant. Subtlety is your weapon. Begin by curating your environment. Surround yourself with people who elevate you, friends who are charismatic, ambitious, or simply interesting. Their light reflects on you, amplifying your own. Machiavelli advised princes to keep capable advisors, not because they needed advice, but because their competence made the prince look stronger. The same applies here. When she sees you laughing with a group, commanding their attention, or effortlessly holding court, her mind will start to question her initial judgment. Your appearance matters, but not in the way you might think. It's not about being the best-looking guy in the room, though grooming, posture, and style are non-negotiable. It's about signaling value. A well-tailored jacket, a watch with quiet elegance, the way you move with purpose rather than hesitation, these are details that register subconsciously. Machiavelli wrote that men judge with their eyes before their minds. Let her eyes tell her you're someone worth noticing. But don't overdo it. Desperation reeks louder than cheap cologne. Your goal is to look like you've always belonged in the spotlight, not like you're trying to steal it. Social media is your stage, but wield it like a scalpel, not a sledgehammer. Post sparingly, and when you do, let it speak to a life she's not part of. A photo of you hiking a rugged trail at sunrise, a cryptic caption about chasing freedom, a story of you at an exclusive event. Each is a brushstroke in the portrait of a man who doesn't need her validation. Machiavelli would approve of this sleight of hand. You're not posting for her, but you know she's watching, and she will. People check up on those they've dismissed, if only to confirm they were right. Give her reasons to doubt. To make her regret you, you need to understand what drives her, not as an individual, but as a human being wired for certain instincts. Women, like men, are drawn to what challenges them, what makes them feel alive. Machiavelli didn't write about romance, but his insights into desire and fear translate perfectly. Desire is sparked by uncertainty, by the tension of wanting what might slip away. If she never showed interest, it's likely because you were too safe, too predictable. To change that, you must become unpredictable. Not erratic, but dynamic. Be the man who's warm one moment, distant the next, who listens intently but doesn't linger, who seems on the verge of revealing something profound but holds back. This push-pull creates an emotional current she can't ignore. Her psychology is your battlefield. Women are attuned to social cues, to the subtle hierarchies of status and influence. If she dismissed you, it's because she didn't see you as high value, not consciously perhaps, but instinctively. To shift this, you must project value without flaunting it. Compliment her, but not on her looks. Everyone does that. Notice something specific, like the way she carries a conversation or a choice she made that others missed. Then, move on. Don't wait for her reaction. This shows you're observant, but not desperate for her approval. Over time, these small interactions accumulate, making her question why you're not chasing her like the others. Machiavelli knew that people are drawn to those who seem self-sufficient, who don't need them but choose to engage. Become that man. Fear plays a role too, not fear of you but fear of missing out. If she senses you're moving forward, building a life, a reputation, a presence, she'll start to wonder what she overlooked. Share stories of your ambitions, your wins, your plans, but not with her directly. Let her hear them through the grapevine, through mutual friends, or through the carefully curated glimpses you offer the world. Machiavelli wrote that a prince must inspire both love and fear. You don't need her love, but you want her to fear the possibility that she misjudged you. Now let's get practical. You've laid the groundwork. Your mindset is sharp, your image is polished, your understanding of her psychology is clear. It's time to execute. Machiavelli was a master of timing, knowing when to strike and when to wait. Your first tactic is strategic absence. If you're in her orbit, work, social circles, mutual friends, reduce your presence by half. Not out of pettiness, but because you're busy. You're working on a project, training for a marathon, traveling somewhere new. When you do appear, be fully present, charismatic, engaging, but brief. Leave her wanting more, not less. When you interact, use the principle of contrast. Be warm but not overly familiar, confident but not arrogant. If she speaks, listen with intensity, but don't agree with everything she says. Challenge her lightly, playfully on something trivial, a movie she likes, a trend she follows. This shows you're not intimidated by her, that you have your own perspective. Machiavelli advised never to seem weak, but also never to provoke unnecessarily. A gentle pushback delivered with a smile is enough to make her second-guess her assumptions about you. Another tactic: create competition. Not by flaunting other women, that's crude and transparent. Instead, let her see you in demand. Maybe it's a colleague praising your work, a friend mentioning your latest achievement, or a woman laughing a little too loudly at your joke in her presence. The goal isn't jealousy, it's curiosity. She'll wonder why others see what she missed. Machiavelli knew that people value what others covet. Let her see you as a prize, not through words, but through the way the world responds to you. This isn't about a quick win. It's about planting seeds that grow over weeks, months, even years. Machiavelli's strategies were never about immediate gratification. They were about enduring influence. To make her regret you, you must become a man who haunts her thoughts, not through obsession, but through your own transformation. This means investing in yourself relentlessly. Learn a skill that sets you apart: public speaking, a martial art, a creative pursuit. Build a body that commands respect, not because she cares about muscles, but because discipline signals power. Cultivate a life that's rich, full, and independent of her approval. When you cross paths, don't dwell on the past or her indifference. Act as if it never mattered. This isn't about holding a grudge, it's about transcending it. If she brings up old interactions, deflect with a laugh and a vague, "That feels like a lifetime ago." Your life is forward-moving, and she's a footnote in it. This reversal is devastating, not because you're cruel, but because you've outgrown her judgment. Machiavelli taught that the ultimate power is to be indispensable, not to others, but to yourself. When she sees you thriving without her, she'll question her own choices. If she starts to show interest, and she might as the seeds you've planted take root, don't leap at the chance. That's the trap most men fall into. Instead, maintain your distance. Be kind, but keep her at arm's length. Let her earn your attention. This isn't manipulation, it's self-respect. You're not here to win her over. You're here to become a man she can't forget. And if she never comes around, that's fine. The point was never her. It was you. Your growth, your power, your ability to shape the world around you. The bar is quieter now, the crowd thinning as the night wears on. He's still there, leaning against the counter, but he's different, not because he's louder or flashier, but because he's untouchable. His eyes don't search for her anymore. They don't need to. She's the one looking now, her gaze lingering, her laughter a little less certain. She's starting to see it. The man he's become, the one she didn't notice until he stopped noticing her. This isn't about revenge. It's about becoming so undeniable, so magnetic, that her regret is just a byproduct of your ascent. Machiavelli didn't care about feelings, he cared about results. And the result here is a man who commands his own destiny, who doesn't bend to indifference or beg for approval. You've learned the tools, the power of scarcity, the art of perception, the psychology of desire, the tactics of influence. You've seen how to withdraw without sulking, to shine without shouting, to dominate without demanding. This journey wasn't about her, it was about you, about forging a version of yourself that's unshakable, that turns heads not because you tried, but because you became. She might regret you, or she might not. Either way, you've won. You've built a life, a presence, a power that no one can ignore. And that's the ultimate victory if this hit home. This hit. If you felt that fire ignite inside you, don't let it fade. Hit that subscribe button right now. Join the thousands of men who are taking control of their lives, mastering the game of power, and becoming unforgettable. Drop a like if you're ready to put these strategies to work, and let me know in the comments. What's one step you're taking today to make the world regret underestimating you? Share your story, your plan, your transformation. This channel is your arsenal. New videos every week to sharpen your mind and elevate your game. Don't miss out. Subscribe, engage, and let's build something unstoppable together.